3rd, and 4th. Jake, got anything to add or retaliate? Or?
Well, no, I mean, 26 games left. We're a third of the way through, and we're already going to call it off. I don't know. I mean, I agree with you that Chelsea's going to win, but I'm not ready to call it off at this point. I'm also interested to see what happens at the bottom of the table, though. You've got the same 3 teams that were promoted will be relegated if the season were over today. I want to see if either Leicester, Queen's Park, or Burnley can change things up, and I still believe that the most likely of those 3 to make a change would be those of the Foxes of Leicester City. But nonetheless, it'll be interesting to see. It's not all about who finishes first. It's about who finishes top 4. It's about who finishes bottom 3, and more importantly, who doesn't finish bottom.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to make a comment towards my dad. My dad just brought over a post-it note saying that he picked Chelsea. Actually, his original pick was Manchester United to win the title. So my question to him is, what happened with Manchester United winning the title? Some people, they jump on the bandwagon. They jump on the bandwagon of teams. That's basically what happened. He's a bandwagoner. Well, here's what I want to say. I want to take a quick flashback to last year. At this point, 12 matches in, because I think that's always a good. It's always a good point, to look off of. Just in relation. At that point, Arsenal was in first, Liverpool was in second, Chelsea in third, and eventual title winners Manchester City was in fourth. And you'd say, so Noah, why are you going with this pick? Well, the difference was so much smaller. It was 4 points from the top. That team had already lost 2 games, that Arsenal team, and they were showing holes. This is a completely different level. We'll see how it goes, though. There is a lot of time. I cannot deny that. And it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the Premier League shakes up. Okay, so now we're going to go over to Jake for the next topic. Jake, we head over to Germany.
The Germans, home of German electropop group Cascada. For any of you who enjoy really vague Eurovision references. The team that's also slipped into almost vague range is Borussia Dortmund. 17th. What happened? This isn't a fall from grace. I don't even know what you call untouchables in Germany, but this is what they have become. It's incredible. Borussia Dortmund. Remember, the same Borussia Dortmund who just 2 years ago were in the final against Bayern Munich, playing for a chance to win the UEFA Champions League. Now they're playing for a chance to stay in the Bundesliga. And they lost to Arsenal 2-0 in the Champions League already. It's not looking good. They're second bottom in Bundesliga. Is it time for those in yellow and black to press the big red panic button? Noah?
There would have been a point where I say no. They picked up a win against Mönchengladbach, and I was thinking, you know what? Maybe they're ready for a comeback. Then they went out and tied Paderborn and lost 2-0 to Dortmund with absolutely no sign of help against a Arsenal team that has... Do they even play with defenders? It's not even a thing for Arsenal. And they were a mess. I mean, just an absolute mess. You know what? There is time. And this is one of the big things we were talking about a second ago, that there is time. But for me, the big theme is that the time that... There is just a lack of time. There is time, but it's a lack of time. 26 weeks in England, not enough for me. 26 weeks for me, I don't think there's enough time right now for Dortmund to change things. It's time to push the panic button, because they haven't been able to replicate the offense they had with Lewandowski. They brought in strikers like Adrian Ramos of Colombia, and of course Ciro Immobile of Italy, and they just haven't been able to get it done. They spend money. They brought in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Henrik Mkhitaryan. They spend money, but they're not competing at a high level. And whether or not that's the chemistry they have, I don't know. Defensively, Papastatopoulos has not been able to hold it down. Subo hasn't been able to do it. Neither. It's just been non-existent. It's unfortunate for a guy like Weidenfeller, who's a pretty solid goalkeeper. But Dortmund there's something missing from that team. You know, they went out and got Kagawa, and you would think that they'd be better because of that. it's not clicking for them, and they got to change something. They got to change something quickly because it's not coaching. Jurgen Klopp is a world class coach. There's something going on here. For me, it's time to press the I guess the yellow and black panic button for them. Yeah, it's time for them to press the panic button. What they should do? It's hard to say. Improve defensively, improve offensively, improve everywhere. That's what I gotta say.
As a Spurs fan, press the panic button for me implies fire your manager. But from what I'm hearing, Mr. Klopp is not the problem. Jurgen Klopp? Is everyone just named Jurgen in Germany?
I guess so.
Is that how they do things there? Well, I know this isn't how they do things. 2 years going from one of the best teams in the country to one of the worst teams in the country, or at least performing like it. Simply because I'm not really sure what panicking is never good. Well, we're going to go with the theory of there's nothing to fear but fear itself, that and relegation. So I think it's not ready to jump ship yet. Let's calm down here. It's still relatively early. You just have to make sure you don't get relegated this year, and it'll be okay. Then you can hit the panic button. If you want to hit the panic button, do it in the off season. You've already started this boat journey. Don't sink it just yet. Those are my thoughts here, but we'll see if they continue.
Yeah.
Push Dortmund to continue to sink down the Bundesliga tables. Noah?
I have a comment, and it's just the question. Why was Dortmund training in a park in London before the game against Arsenal? And this, maybe there's a reason behind it, but it just seems like just completely irrational to train in a park. I mean, you're going to
was it Hyde Park?
It was Regent's Park.
Oh,
it just doesn't seem to make much sense to me for them to train in a park. I mean, it's an important game. I would think that they would want to get the best quality surface to pull off a big win. We are getting a call right now. What's your name?
Elijah.
Hey Elijah, how you doing? What do you want to talk about?
Good.
What do you want to talk about?
I'd like to know, who do you think is going to win the Premier League and why?
Who do I think is going to win the Premier League and why? Well, mine is Chelsea. I think that this team is... they look unstoppable right now. They look like a team that is just rolling. I don't see any reason why not to pick them, barring a miracle collapse, which could happen. You never know, and I know Jake feels the same way. So I'm going to go with Chelsea here.
Okay, Jake, can I hear your thoughts?
Jake?
Elijah, you're from America, correct?
Yes.
Okay, if you're from America, you're a Manchester United fan, I presume?
Excuse me?
You're a Manchester United fan, I presume?
No.
No?
No.
Are you sure? Because...
I'm positive.
Oh, well, clearly, that's a good thing at this point. Wouldn't you say, Noah? It's a good thing he's not a Man U fan.
No, they're fourth in the table. They're fourth in the table.
But they're not first in the table like Chelsea, and that's who's going to be first in the table at the end of the year. I'm sorry, Elijah, to dash your dreams, even if you're not a Manchester United fan. But Chelsea is going to do well. I have a feeling that we'll get an opportunity to talk about this more after the show. You have the number. Well, we do need to move on, but I think Noah and I both agree that Chelsea is going to win the Premier League.
Yeah. Thanks for calling, Elijah. Call in anytime.
Alright, thank you.
Okie dokie. I think that's like our second caller ever. Let's go on now. I think we've covered this pretty extensely. So we will go in now to Quick Picks, one of our favorite segments of the show. Unfortunately, we do not have Byron's picks just yet. But just for... you know what? We'll have a fun little segment now. What would Byron do during this Quick Picks? During this edition of Quick Picks, what would Byron do? And we are going to...
What we should do, we should find someone that just will completely randomly pick for Byron. Noah, if only there was someone that could randomly pick for Byron that knows nothing about the teams. Do you think we should do this?
I don't know. I mean, it's what would Byron do? It's a very popular segment. I think the fans will... You know what? Yes. We will go with the completely random person.
Okay, well, we said that we were going to talk with Elijah after the show. Do you want to call Elijah back?
No.
Elijah.
No. We'll text him.
We'll text Elijah.
He's the lucky winner. Winner.
All right. We'll text Elijah. While we do that...
Apparently Carl Mogline wants to be Byron as well. So we are going to take their two...
people want to be Byron.
Is Byron more popular than us? I think Byron's more popular than us.
I don't know. I think we need two people to decide what Byron would do.
We will take both of their picks, and we will average them out.
Let's please welcome Byron number 1. It's Elijah from America that's not a Manchester United fan.
And also number 2, who is Carl.
Carl. Alright. Not Manchester United fan Elijah. Wow, your phone quality just got a lot better. That's really impressive. So knowing that you don't know much about these teams, tell me what you got here. You got New York Red Bull at New England Revolution. Now, for some reason, I get the sense that when you were 5 years old, the last time you played soccer, you played for the New England Revolution. So what would you like to pick? And remember, you can pick a draw. Just give me some numbers that are reasonable soccer numbers. I'd go with a draw here. How many goals do both teams score? 2. Alright, 2-2 between New York Red Bulls and New England Revolution. Should we continue the Byron simulations, or should we all go one by one?
Well, here's the thing. Carl will be calling in a minute, but I will go now. You know, I think the Revolution are ready to close it out. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw here.
You know, I think Bradley Wright Phillips is going to break through in his final days. What's the aggregate score right now?
I believe it is 2-1 in favor of New England.
So I am going to say that Red Bulls will win 2-1.
Okie dokie, and we have the other. Really, the Red Bulls are going to win 2-1 at Gillette.
BWP, Bradley Wright Phillips.
You know what, Jake? I applaud you for going with the Byron pick.
We have the
Oh,
Carl.
Here's that Byron number 2 does not understand the idea of do not speak until you are spoken to. I like Byron number 1 more, personally.
Well, Byron number 2, you're put in an intriguing situation. The first pick was a 2-2 draw. How do you feel about the Red Bulls and the New England Revolution here?
All right, here's the thing. This is the MLS playoffs, which you all know is the most important soccer. I mean, this is the most important soccer in the world. You've got the Revolution are up 3-0 on aggregate right now. So I'll take actually a lower scoring game. I think that it'll probably be somewhere like 1-1, but I think the pick of a draw is a good one. So I agree with Elijah on that part, but I'll disagree on the score. We'll call it 1-1.
Okay, so we will round out. You know what? And because Byron,
May change. I was not aware that the aggregate was
it's 3-0. I didn't even know that.
Red Bull might give you wings, but it's not going to give you 3 goals in New England.
That kind of just shows us, like, no, it was 2-1 New England. It's 2-1.
Byron number 2 does not know what he's talking about.
Nobody knows what they're talking about.
Give you wings in New England.
Okay, so because Byron, here's the problem. Byron always likes a 1 in his scoreline, but he always likes a 2 in his scoreline as well. And it seems that 2 has come up more often, so we'll go with 2-2. Next up, we'll move over now to the crosstown rivals of Manchester United, Manchester City visiting upstart, and dark horse Southampton. We will start with Byron number 2 this time, who closed it out last time. Man City visiting Southampton, 3 versus 2. Who do you think wins?
You know what? In this game, I will take, and in the spirit of Byron, with a 2-1 score, I will take Man City.
Okay, and let's head on over to Byron number 1. Byron number 2 said 2-1 Manchester City. What does Byron number 1 say?
I'd have to go Man City 5-0.
5-0. Okay, so Evening that out, that's 3.5 to 1. We will go 4 to 1.